Hey guys, what's up? It's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. So before we get busy with tonight's video, I want to go ahead and ask you to please like this video. Take a second to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, press the bell notification so that way you can be made aware of every time I upload a video. So tonight is a special night. I want to do one of my second series. It is the Expose series, and this is the second video in that series. And tonight, who we're going to be exposing is Tim Kraft. So, let me go ahead and give you guys like the background to my idea and why I'm doing this, and then we'll get started talking about Tim. So, I really struggle with letting negativity take the front in my mind and kind of overtake me, and it's easy for me to get involved in like gossip and negativity, and then it brings me down. And so a lot of people had been pointing out to me that, you know, Nicole, use your voice for positive to help others. And while I was thinking about that, I was thinking about all the things I could do to maybe help other people, and then I was like, wait a second, I know what I can do. I can start exposing people in our community, the recovery community, and exposing them for the good things they do and the sobriety that they've accomplished and the things they've accomplished in their sobriety. And the whole premise behind it is exposing. You know, a lot of people think, oh, well, she's going to expose them. It's going to be negative. It's going to be drama. It's going to be some tea. So that pulls you in. So today what we're going to do is we're going to expose Tim Kraft, you guys. So Tim Kraft lives in Parkersburg, West Virginia, but he's not from there. He got sober in 2014. And let me tell you a little bit how that happened. So the other day I called him because I had to do an interview with him because I don't know him personally, but so many people recommended me to expose him. So I reached out to him and asked him if I could talk to him later on that day, and he was absolutely wonderful, you guys. He was like, sure, call me. So I called him and I spent about an hour on the phone with him, and he told me his story. And so, you know that time where we all get to the end of our rope when we're using and we're just hopeless? Well, he had gotten to that place, and he was in a hotel room, and his best friend Jared came and sat with him the whole time and was like, man, come on, you can do this. You don't got to live your life like this anymore. And that's when he had like a moment of clarity, and he called out to God and he asked God, if you're real, please help me with this. And you know how we think, oh, well, God's going to show up right there. We're praying those foxhole prayers, and we think he's going to come right now. That wasn't how it worked out. Tim knew that he had to put in the work, and so he went through withdrawal, and then he entered into a 1-year treatment program. And it was a special kind of treatment program, you guys. I've never heard of any place doing this. It was a 1-year faith-based treatment program, and it's called Eddie James Ministries. He entered into this program, and the way he explained it to me is that Mr. Eddie James took him under his wing, and they went around on different missionary trips from state to state, city to city, helping rescue addicts that were in their active addiction and giving them the help and the resources that they needed right there, like going to them. And I thought that was freaking amazing. And I think this is where Tim got...
Look what Ashlyn gave for Paco.
Oh, cool. Go put it on him. That's where he's upstairs.
Where is Paco?
That's where Tim's, like, first initial spark was lit inside of him while he was doing this work with Mr. James in the treatment center. So he wasn't... The way they treat you when you go into this 1-year faith-based treatment is you're not like just going to go in there and sit in a desk all day long and just listen to the big book and relapse prevention. It's really focused around building your relationship with God, reading the Word, practicing it, going to church, fellowship with other people, and fellowship with the community. And that's what they did. They went out and they helped people one-on-one. And he did that for a whole year, you guys, with this Eddie James in this treatment center. So after he graduated. You know how you get to the end? They offered him a position to work there after a couple months, and he went back to work there. And I think that by just talking to him, this is where he knew that he wanted to do more. Like, he just didn't want to stop where he was at. He had built this awesome relationship with God, you guys, and God saved him. God healed him and relieved him of that obsession to use. So in 2017, he decided to start High on Hope Ministries. And this is just like the most amazing organization that I think I've really ever looked into. And so High on Hope meets addicts where they're at. And it's focused on providing resources and opportunities for addicts that are early in recovery and working within the community. It's like a family organization. The way when he was talking about it, like, I could hear in his voice how passionate he was about it, and he created it, you know, High on Hope. And now it's growing so much that they have one in North Carolina and they have one in Parkersburg, West Virginia. And they're even going overseas to the Philippines to help there in March with the methamphetamine addiction and all the epidemic with meth that's going on in the Philippines. I didn't even know that was happening. And all of this was made possible because Tim remained open-minded, and he went into this Eddie James Ministries not having a preconceived notion of God, not thinking, oh, well, I can't do this. He went in there open-minded and ready. And I just really wanted to highlight High on Hope, because if you're struggling and you're in your active addiction, you guys, you can reach out to High on Hope Ministries. All you have to do is call 1-8333 High on Hope, and there you go. And you can even Google them at highonhope.org. It's just so amazing, and it gets me excited about recovery to see him working in his community selflessly, you guys. And I know as a recovering addict that giving back is what helps me stay sober, you know. When I was talking to Tim, he was so humble. He was so grateful, and that's what he kept on saying. I'm just so grateful, you know. I'm so grateful that I'm alive. I'm so grateful that I'm able to help others. And I was fixing to hang up the phone with him, and he was like, wait, I want to tell you about my favorite part. And I was like, your favorite part? Your favorite part what? His favorite part of what they do in High on Hope. It's called the Freedom Project. And what it is it's basically when someone overdoses, they have first responders that call them at High on Hope, and they go and they meet the person who just overdosed. So that way they can witness to them and talk to them and offer them help and resources right then where they overdose, you guys. Right after they woke up, like right as they're coming out and they're like sitting in the hospital bed, Tim and the people that work with him on High on Hope go and meet these kids and these addicts who have just gotten, you know, come up out of an overdose. Because what happens is when you're in your addiction, there's a small window of time that you can influence somebody or get in there and like kind of get that moment of clarity. And that's what the Freedom Project is doing. It's targeting them right there when they're just coming out and they're at their weakest, lowest point, and they need to help them. They're most likely willing to take it then. You know, I just can imagine if I had somebody that had reached out to me when I had overdosed and said, hey, Nicole, instead of, like, every time I've overdosed, you guys, it's been such a bad experience because I've been in the hospital and I've had nurses just kind of look at me like I'm just judging me. And having somebody there that knows what you've been through, who has been there, to say, hey, I'm here to help you. That's what the Freedom Project does. And when he told me about that, I was just like, holy, that is so amazing. So not only does Tim do all this to give back to his community and run High on Hope and do the Freedom Project, but he lives a life like Jesus would. So many people have contacted me and said how he is so respectful and humble and genuine, and just from talking to him for an hour, I felt the same way. I felt like, you know, I was really nervous to call him and interview him, but I feel like through doing these interviews and meeting different people in the community, it's really opening me up, and I'm learning so much, and he's inspired me to continue and to build my relationship with God, because I know why I'm here. I know why I'm alive. It's not because of me. It's because God saved me. And just talking to him made me so excited about wanting to keep building my relationship with him. One of the things that he says is that in order to be free, you must have spiritual freedom. And through spiritual freedom is like...
Hey, Mommy, one look at Scary Boy.
Okay, baby. The spiritual freedom comes from talking to God and reading your Bible, going to church, fellowship, worship. And I have to get back on mine and start really practicing my worship. You know what I mean? Because it has really inspired me just sitting and talking to him and learning about all the things that they do at High on Hope, you know? So I just wanted to make this video to expose all the amazing things that they're doing, you guys. And I really want to encourage you that if you're struggling in your active addiction and you need help, I'm going to link High on Hope Ministries in the bottom bar of this description box. I'm going to put their email there. I'm going to put their phone number there. And I'm going to also list Tim's Facebook and Instagram. And if you need any help at all, and you reach out to him, and if you can't get a hold of anybody there, call me or reach out to me and I will get a hold of them for you. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, this is such an amazing opportunity for anybody that's struggling. The fact that they have these resources and they're willing to help you, and they're willing to meet you where you're at. There's not a lot of places that are like that. There's not a lot of places that will come to you and help you. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to kind of shout him out and tell you guys a little bit about him. And I think one of the biggest compliments you can get is from your peers. And so many people had nothing but good things to say about Tim. So I just want to tell you, Tim, like, I think that I wish that everybody had such nice things to say about me, and I could learn a lot from you, and I already am. That it takes a lot to focus on negativity and hurt people or talk about negative stuff, but it's a lot harder to focus on positivity and doing the right thing and helping people. And that's what I want to be known for, is helping other people. So thank you so much, Tim, for letting me talk with you and interview you and learn about High on Hope and the Freedom Project. And I'm just so excited to continue our friendship, and thank you for all you do. And if you guys need anything, you know what to do. I'm going to list all the information in the description box of this video. If you need help or anything, or you just need someone to talk to, Tim Craft, I'm here. High on Hope, the Freedom Project, anybody, like, we're here for you guys, and we know what you're going through. Been there, done that. You don't got to live your life like this anymore. You can get free. So I hope you guys have a great night. And that is my exposing Tim Craft video. Cut. So I am going to do it live at 7 o'clock on Facebook. And so when I go live on Facebook, I feel like it's just like so much easier because I'm interacting with everyone. But you guys, if I left out any information or you have any questions, please put them down below in the comment section. I will be answering questions right now. So I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.